Uh, First, want to give an honor to the Almighty Yahweh, to His Son Yahweh Shai, to the prophets and elders pushing forth this truth, to the hopeful elect and those scattered abroad, to the confusion to face those that look like the other nations but are of Israel, according to the seed, the sperm, the bloodline of their forefathers. To everybody, I say peace and shalom. Shalom, shalom. When you're in this truth, you're going to get a lot of pushback, especially from the bugged out Christians who don't know the God of the Bible. Plain and simple, they do not know the God of the Bible. And if you don't know the God of the Bible, how are you going to follow after or do the things that the God of the Bible asks? These folks are bugged out. Then you got a lot of the wicked Israel, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and who don't know who they are even, who go against this truth. When Yahweh Shai said that there'll be many antichrists, I had to break this down to one of them. Antichrist means anti-anointed one, right? So when and we know what the anointed one was. In the beginning was the Word. The Word was God. The Word was with God. The Word became flesh. Okay? So Yahweh Shai is literally the Word of the Almighty. So to be anti the anointed one or the Word is to be an antichrist. So when he said there'll be many in the last day, there'll be many anti Christ, or even in that day, because again, these scriptures are twofold. As before, nothing new under the sun will be again. There's nothing new under the sun. So there were twofold. So he said, even now, as there are many antichrists. What does that mean? To be against the word. And there's a lot of folks that are literally, how are you against the word when you're not abiding by what the Almighty asks of you? And when you push against the men that are coming to you with the word of the Almighty, when you go against that, you are an antichrist. You're going against the word. You have a lot of these, I call them bugged out, because they are. You got to listen. They only follow after that idol because it looks like them. And when I say them, I mean Esau, Edom, the wicked, the house of the wicked, okay, whose patriarch is Esau, okay, the so-called white man, the liar, the deceiver, the slanderer, okay, the accuser of the brethren, who does nothing and has done nothing his whole time down here but steal, kill, and destroy. What's happening now is that if you're waking up and you're searching and researching, and what you're starting to find out is that a lot of these Edomites, they are aware of what's going on. That's why they they are, even the Bible calls them wise, because Esau will search out the things of the world. They'll go and try to figure out things, you see. But see, their pride detracts them from going to the Almighty or understanding the ways of the Almighty. See, they try to go after things and understand things for themselves so they can say, oh, I did it. You see, that's how Esau works. But so they'll go and search out like, oh, why is the economy collapsing? Why are all these stores closing? What's going on? 22 trillion in debt. And so they try to, and they go and research and figure out and understand federal banking system. They'll go and search out and understand all these things, but their pride and their mind and really the Almighty won't allow them to understand the truth. and that their kingdom has got to come down. And what a lot of them are understanding is that they inherited lies. See, you like a lot of these millennial Edomites, they don't know nothing about of what went on there in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street. They don't know even just the small part of our recent history. How can we expect them to know anything from 3, 4, 5, 600 years ago, especially with all the devices that they make to lead astray? So no, these folks, their pride just will not allow them to see the Almighty and His ways and how they are actually supposed to be doing things. You see, it's the reason why they're the base man. Oh, they'll go search out. They'll have they're wise like that. But Almighty did say that they're wise. Esau is wise in that regard because he'll go and search out a thing and to understand it. But his pride gets in the way every time because he's going to bring it back to me. What prime example? What did he do? They go and get our truths. What did he do? He go and put an image, take out the power, our power, and put some Greek name and some image in his likeness. You got to remember, going back to the serpent, very, very, very subtle, very cunning. But see, things like such won't fool the elect. When you read things like Acts 26:14, and you hear where Paul said, I heard a voice speaking to you in the Hebrew language. See, the elect, that's like, oh, wait a minute. The Hebrew language, that's important. But see, a lot of them, when I say them, I mean the Edomites, they like us, before we came into the truth, inherited lies. These millennials don't know nothing that happened dang near 30 years ago. Can't expect them to know anything that happened 400 or 500 years ago. Now but you do have them. You do have the Edomites now who realize that, wait a minute, their whole kingdom is coming down. It's crashing. They went out and researched, and some of them even have videos online where they're telling you to prep because there's going to be a food, which they're right. See, they'll search out things, but they can't bring it back to the truth. You got them online talking about there's going to be food crisis. You better stock up on food. You got the Edomite women showing you, how to home make when the shit hits the fan, if you will. I can't make this stuff up. See, they're wise in that regards, Almighty said, but they can't come back to the truth. Wasted away. And they just don't get it. Let me tell you how bugged out they are. You got Christians so bugged out, believe that who think they believe in the God of the Almighty. When he clearly says, you pick a master. You can't choose. You can't to please two masters, for one of them become jealous. Be ye hot or cold, for if you're lukewarm, he'll spew you from his mouth. So how can you sit up there and say, oh, he's coming back. He's coming back. Oh, he's coming back. But then say, oh, go vote for Trump. That's confusion. Chaos. And the Almighty is not the author of confusion. Those who are in the truth already know, hey, we put no trust in man. See, they can't connect the dots that far. Luckily, the elect are down here, and luckily the elect are down here trying to wake up the rest of Israel. A lot of pushback from Israel. Definitely a lot of pushback from these other nations and Edomites with this truth. Once they know, some of them even know. The higher-ups know what they are doomed to. Them higher-up elites and Edomites and folks of other nations, trust me, they know. They know that down here, this is it. This is the best for them. in this kingdom. The best they can do. Jeremiah 16. Jeremiah 16:19. O Yahweh, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of affliction, the Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit. See, they're starting to wake up. They're starting to wake up like, oh, wait a minute. The dollar's crashing. Collapsing. This country's collapsing. They know, they're aware of, hey, the ones that are aware, they call it, oh, there's a reset coming, and they know that much, but they can't correlate it to the truth. Oh, we inherited lies. This country can't go on forever. It's not. We've been infiltrated. New world order. They hip to that. But see, their pride is like, no, America, we gotta vote for Trump. So even Trump's pride is, hey, even if I lose, it is not going to be a peaceful transition. Shall a man make gods unto himself? Jesus, if you praying to that damn Edomite idol, graven image made after the white man, you're gonna burn. Therefore let me read 20 again. Shall a man make gods unto himself, and they are no gods? You keep praying to that goddamn Edomite idol Jesus, and you're going to burn. This is not house here. Though my speech may be rude, Paul said, I lack not in knowledge to know. I know you're worshiping a damn idol. Come up out of that, you Israel. Therefore, behold, I will this once cause them to know. I will cause them to know mine hand and my might. Hello, somebody. And they shall know my name is Yahweh. Okay? Listen. They are confounded. Because even though they know this and that, they're wise and they know that this is collapsing and this is crashing. Dollar's about to be no more. Man, oh my goodness, all these stores are closing. Here's another thing where a lot of folks are. There's maybe a little over 300 million people here in the United States. Okay? Let me hit somebody real quick. When they give you these unemployment numbers and telling you that half of folks are unemployed, then by next year the half that's still working, that half of them is going, okay? Do realize and understand that yes, there are 300 million people in the world, but only 100 million of them are working people. So you take away half of that because the other 100 million are too young, and then the other 100 million are too old, are retired. So you have 100 million Americans, half of them out of work by next year. This is not house saying this. If you can't see it, a lot of folks again have eyes but see not. Anytime you got to call somebody on the peak of a Saturday and ask, is the mall open? And it ain't a holiday? No. In fact, they would be open on a holiday. You got to ask, hey, is the mall open? When Isaiah, when it talks about the grinding of the mill, that's work, that's factories, that's jobs will cease. And the Edomites of right here in this kingdom and throughout the world, they see what's going on. That dollar is losing its might. Because you know how it's already been, we've gone over this, how it's already being propped up, how it's being propped up. We bully. A lot of us inherited lies too. But I thank the Almighty for sending down His Holy Spirit and deeming me worthy. He said He knew me for the foundation of the earth. If you would not understand and know this truth, He knew you. He knew you. He knows how many hairs you have upon your head. You don't even know that, and they're on your head. This is who we're dealing with. This kingdom is done. The writing's on the wall. They know it. They just can't bring it back to the truth. And why? They can't point to the fact that, hey, wait a minute, this was all built off of the backs of Israel, blacks, Latinos, Native Americans. They can't see that. They can't see that's why judgment has got to come. When a damn wall gets more justice than a human being. Remember, the only cop to get indicted didn't get indicted for bullets that went into Breonna Taylor, but got indicted for the bullets that went through a wall. And they think it's okay to keep shooting down, cutting down Israel. 500 years ago, they was hanging us and burning us, and all the shit's still going on today. These folks have to be judged with a righteous judgment. Nothing less. With love, house.